Hello, Foxglove friends. Welcome to today's reading. I am Rosalind and this is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance. So, over my house, I can see Venus as the brightest star, Jupiter and Mars. Well, it's not the brightest star, it's a planet, but it looks like the brightest star, and Jupiter and Mars, which has like a red glow to it, over my house at the minute. And I thought maybe everybody could. I'm hoping you all can, because I know we do have the planetary parade going on. So we have like planetary alignment, and so many of the planets are lined up with Earth in relation to the sun at the minute. And it's quite an unusual time. So I picked the planets I could see, and I thought, well, I wonder what effect the energy of them is having on us and how they impact on us. So today you can pick one of these cards. We have got pile 1, which is Mars. We've got pile 2, which is Jupiter. We've got pile 3, which is Venus. And you can go to the timestamps and you can pick which reading you want, and we'll see what the messages are coming through for you today in relation to these planets, which are so close to us, closer than normal. So we'll see what effect they're having on us. I hope you enjoy your reading, and I will see you there. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to today's reading. Now, you have chosen the amazing Mars card. Motion, the card of motion, the card of action, the card of strength and courage, determination and will. And sometimes this card is actually referring to your physical strength. So you may be building up your physical strength. You may have had a period of time where you haven't been able to do much, and you might be going into action again now, or you might be just working on your physique by going to the gym or trying to build up, your stamina and things like that. But it can also be to do with having your willpower to do what you want to do, to move forward, to stand proud and feel empowered. Now, it has actually taken me about 4 goes to get started on this reading. So part of me thinks this reading might be about don't give up, have the willpower and strength to keep going. There's 2 elements to this Mars card, because not only is it about having strength and willpower, it can also be to do with being careful that it doesn't tip over into too much dominance or aggression or misuse of sexuality, and things like that, or lacking compassion. So we're going to have a look at what's coming through for this, and we shall see what Mars is bringing for you. Let's have a look. And as always, with every reading, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Because Spirit is just trying to communicate with you to give you messages in the best way that they can. Oh, 8 of Wands. Interesting. Let's put 8 of Wands there. Even if just a bit of the reading applies to you, it's support from the spirit world, your spirit guides. 8 of Cups. Okay. I'm going to get a few cards out so we can have a look at what is going on and what this Mars energy is bringing for you. Oh, we've got 2. The Lady of Lightning, surprises or sometimes shock. And the River Queen, flow, letting go, natural movement. Let's put that one there. I apologise about the light on the cards. I'm having to do this when it's a bit darker just because of time restraints. I want one of these. Feeling safe, Okay, this is very interesting. So, get one of these cards. There may be something that has happened. Oops. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Yeah, okay. So there might be something that has taken place in which speed has pushed you towards a completion, towards the ending of something, whether that's the ending of a relationship, the ending of a situation, the ending of a job, and you may have needed strength to carry you through that, and you may be feeling weary or worn down by the speed in which things have gone, and you've had to leave an old version of your life behind in some way, and it can be leaving, like I say, relationships behind. You know, the Eight of Cups, the cup signs are very much about emotion. So it could just be that you've invested a lot of emotion in something and you've had to let that go. It can even be a dream, maybe sometimes. Um, and you've maybe tried over and over and again to get this thing right, or you've been through fast motions with it. You know, we've got the motion, the action, the energy around what has gone on that's pushed you into this. And sometimes you need that push to get you to make a change. And I feel like that change has been made. We've got this surprises and sometimes shock here. So maybe you've come across some sort of information or something didn't work out the way you thought it was going to, and it was a complete surprise to you, and you almost had a bit of a tower moment where it's shattered, you know, shuddered the foundations of what's going on for you in life, but you've had to go with the movement. So we've got kind of motion and movement twice here. And probably this instability because of the movement and things changing and unexpected activities going on has left you feeling a little bit unsafe, like you don't, you know, unstable, unsure of what's going on in life and why have these things happened for you. Again, we've got to expect powerful change here. So this has been bringing in, or is about to bring in. I think you probably already know about this and know what's going on, but it might be the case that you're going through this process right now, that there's big changes and big shifts for you. And maybe, you know, sometimes when we go through these big shifts, we almost can't see the wood for the trees. We can't see how the sun is going to shine again or how we're going to get the light of life back in our lives. You know, this eclipse is like preventing us from seeing the light in the world. It's preventing us from seeing the truth sometimes because fear or anxiety can really put us into a fight, flight, or freeze response. What is really interesting here is that both of these cards are holding this sword and they're holding it down so they aren't in a position of fighting. So maybe you have actually, through the strength of what you're going through, found peace within. You found the strength within to step away from a fight, to not have to fight anymore. But also this sword represents clarity. And this person here, even though this talks of feeling safe, they seem very calm. They're surrounded by a castle. So I think it's important to recognise that there's plenty around you that will stabilise you. Even if you're in the flow of quite a lot of emotion. Foxglove friend, I want to get some advice for you. Well, before I get some advice, let's get some more. What is all of this relating to? What is going on, please? Because this looks like it's quite dramatic changes, big shifts in your life, Foxglove friend. Oops. Okay, I'll take that one. So we've got independence, which is cropped up here. So it may be the changes have either allowed, or the change that's coming will allow, you know, maybe more financial independence or just that freedom. Maybe it's that stepping out on your own. Maybe you've stepped away from an institution or are about to do so. Spirit, let's have a look at what is coming in with this Mars energy. Oh, they're all flying about. Yeah, so it's bringing peace. These changes are bringing peace to you. Even if it has been a shock because something hasn't quite worked the way you thought it would. It's bringing peace and independence to you in a positive way that's going to let you live your life in the way you want to. Like I say, there's an element of these changes are actually bringing in something that's going to give you more a feeling of safety within your life, and you might not know what the future holds. The key here is don't think too far ahead. Don't kind of go, oh, what am I going to do in the future? How's this going to turn out? Stay in the very present moment so that you're not getting anxiety, because sometimes you're not meant to know what the future holds. You're meant to go through the experience of the moment, and you need all the energy in the now. So Mars brings this great energy to deal with the changes that are going on so that you can have peace within your heart. Higher consciousness. Okay, so these shifts and changes have been divinely guided, and it's important for you to trust your own intuition, but also these blues are very much about having your own authority in life, about you making choices that are right for you, Foxglove friend. Hold on a second. What is the Mars energy bringing in for power 1, please, Spirit? What is the Mars energy? You know, it feels like something has changed here. Well, I can tell something's changed because we've got the 8 of Cups. You've left something behind, whether it be a dreamer person. Maybe it's all of them. You know, for some people, there's been such big changes at the minute that they might have gone through a house move, a relationship change, a job change. You know, if you're going through that, because we've got the total paradigm shift there, it might just be 1 or 2 of these things for some of you, but it doesn't feel like there's a huge amount of sadness. It feels like it's bringing something good, something more empowering to you, and I think that's what the Mars energy is bringing you: empowerment to have a happier, more centered, more spiritually aligned life. So when I say spiritually aligned, it's either with the divine or with yourself, so that you are actually following what your higher self is wanting for you. You know, if something's been difficult, we can keep trying at it. We can keep sticking to it. And maybe that's what the start of this reading was about, where I had to keep trying and trying and trying to get started on this, and kept getting interrupted or delayed, or, you know, somebody else taking me off track. Sometimes you have to go with, you tend to know deep down what is right and what is not right for you. But it's certainly taking you to a different level of being, where you're going to feel more confident, more emotionally mature, maybe more willing to go with the flow, and allowing yourself to just be without having all the answers of the future. Yeah, the Magician, you're going to start to manifest a whole new life. And part of the changes that are happening is because you have been taking action somehow to manifest a new life, whether you realised it or not. It's coming from a higher consciousness, but also deep down in your unconscious and subconscious being. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is possibly, well, I like the fact we've got the Independence and the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is very much about how we're bringing money into our lives. It might be somebody new who's coming into your life, who is willing to work diligently, who wants to be grounded and responsible and to progress, to build a stable financial life, like a stable home and to have a good job and that sort of thing. Let me get some further advice for you. Can we have some more? Can we have some advice for pile 1, please? Yeah, have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams, pile 1. There's new beginnings on the horizon. There's transformation coming in. You're spiritually guided and supported to go into... You might have had to change and shift an idea to do with a project or a creative idea to ensure that you have financial stability, or perhaps what you've been working towards in some way has needed to change, and it's about not clinging too hard to a particular outcome because you are being guided without understanding what the future holds to follow a path that will enable you to have sustainability, so that you're not in a difficult position in any way, so that you still have your independence, so that you've got peace of mind. So it might well be to do with finances. Sometimes things don't go quite the way we want them to, because Spirit has a better plan for you, a better idea. And it doesn't mean you have to give up your dreams. It just means that they're taking you on a different route towards your dreams. And is very much about having faith and natural movement rather than forced action. Spirit, can I have another advice card, please? Oh, so we're going to have 2. A time for healing. And that's a new moon as well, look. So, yeah, there's... Luck is on your side. Okay, and this is where... We've got a lot of these where the light is just sort of... You can't see the future, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, if you like. There's light coming into... I've got no room for this one. I'm going to stick it there, folks. Let's put that there. And I'll try and give a bit of space. So, there's been quite a lot of logic in this journey that you've gone on. You've tried to make logical decisions about what you should or shouldn't be doing, practical decisions, but actually part of what this is saying is you're being encouraged to put that logical element down, allow yourself to go with the flow, to follow your intuition, so that your dreams are still alive and you're not letting them go. But I think Spirit wants to bring in more financial support for you as you manifest the life that you want. And it's kind of asking you to have that spiritual faith, whether it's faith in God, or whoever you believe in, or the angels, or spirit, or your spirit guides, or the universe. Still have that faith, knowing that they're there to keep you safe and they've directed you in a way to feel safe. So don't worry if you've had to let go of something and you've kind of had to emotionally step away from something that you were investing in, because they're trying to keep you on the right path, and it's going to be a positive outcome, a much gentler, more stable, secure outcome that will allow you to have an easier time of it, is what I want to say. Let me get a final outcome card. I hope this is resonating for you, Foxglove friend. I'd love to see in the comments what's been going on for you. I do feel like you've had a lot of strength and determination and and kind of steel within you to keep going with something. Sometimes that can overtake the natural flow of things because you kind of trying to, really make it happen. But it's important not to get too overzealous to the point where spirit has to shock you out of it so that you achieve your dreams in the right way. Yeah, so we've got Vesta and Hearth. This can be to do with the home. So it could be to do with the fact that you either have moved to a new home or you're building a new home, but it's very much about keeping the light lit within you. I'm going to read you this card because I feel like I should. So we have got Vesta calls you to be a hearth fire, to share yourself for the benefit of all, but still have enough energy left to live healthily and give again another day. It says, evaluate yourself and your life. Each human's task is to help reduce the total suffering on earth and increase the total joy. Your joy and suffering matter as much, neither more nor less than anyone else's. Do not burn yourself up for another's cause, nor withhold your warmth, but share what you have to offer. This is not a situation where you need to take sides. Come back to the centre, to the flame, to your hearth and your core values. Focus on that centre flame instead of the personalities involved. Remember what matters. Find that deep calm within, which is this one. Light a candle with a prayer and use it to bring your focus to the centre and let the rest fall away. It may be time to take a retreat, a chance to clear yourself, clear your energy fields, cleanse your environment and reclaim your temple. If a relationship is truly of value and important to your soul, the person or team you're involved with will honour your process. And I think that's what's happened here. Spirit has shifted you away from something that may have been unsustainable, but it's been a shock because you believed in it and things had happened quickly and changes have happened quickly, and they've taken you to a position of safety where you can have independence and peace and a stable material world. But it's asking you to still keep hope in your heart for your future and what you want in life, even if it isn't exactly what this was, and allow yourself to heal, because you are the manifestation. You are the person who manifests what happens in your world, and you are bringing something better in because luck is on your side. There's new beginnings ready for you. And the Sagittarius energy is, the arrow, and that's almost like Cupid as well. It will go in the right direction for you. Love will go in the right direction for you if that is what this is about. Whether that is love of a new thing, a new life, a new home, or a new project, or a new person, keep believing that it is there available for you, Foxglove friend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped. If you did like this, please do like and subscribe because I'd love to see you again in another reading. Goodbye. Hello, pal 2. So you have chosen the lovely Jupiter card of abundance. And the energy of Jupiter is all about expansion, thinking bigger, having more coming into your life, diversifying your perspective and that of your team, giving and you will receive. So it's, very blessed energy. It also might be to do with feeling overwhelmed because you've got so much or so much going on. Jupiter's energy needs a big room and an audience, but it can also overshadow sometimes things. So those are the sort of varying factors of Jupiter. Let's have a look how that energy is coming into play in your life at the minute. So, Spirit, please can we have some cards for what is going on? How is Jupiter bringing energy into pile two's life at the minute, please? We've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is all to do with building a legacy, building stability for a family, creating a home, creating a stable environment that you can enjoy and have fun in, creating wealth or inheritance or receiving inheritance. So that again is very abundant financially. Five of Pentacles, worrying about not having enough money. How interesting, or a loss of money. So perhaps you've got, well, it did say about giving and receiving and bringing in and sharing. Let's have a look what's going on here. How interestingly opposing cards. There maybe it's to do with a fear of losing money as well. Yeah, so there's a loss. So hold on, let me get some more cards. So stepping away from something emotionally. It can be to do with stepping away from a relationship or a project, or even leaving an old home environment. What is Jupiter bringing in for pile two, please? Making new friends. Inner child. Hold on, let me put this over here so we've got space. Oh, this is so interesting. Let's get one of these. Surrender to the divine. Very nice. Let's get one of these. The Web Weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. Now, interesting, it says cause and effect because it's like here there's oodles of money and it's a really happy environment and you feel safe and secure. Here there's this feeling of lack and a fear that you haven't got enough. And then there's this loss, emotional loss here. So maybe you've lost something financially. Maybe if you've left a job and you're worried that you've left a decent amount of money, or if you've left a home that you have had to leave because financial elements have changed and shifted somehow, but it's actually leading on to a new life. It's leading on to being able to enjoy things that you could from childhood, because somehow maybe it's not such a focus. Whatever you've left, maybe somehow this element around money was actually applying a lot of pressure to you, because this Jupiter energy can sometimes be that you're overwhelmed by what's going on. Maybe you've received a redundancy or some sort of a loss that's meant you've got a lot of money, but then there's a real, take what resonates for you, but there's some sort of strange shifting and balance around the material stability within your life, and having to walk away from something or leave something behind emotionally. But that's led on. Maybe you've changed your location because of that. So that's led on to an environment where you can make new friends, where it's more in alignment with your inner child desires. So you can be more fun, or you can care for that. You've maybe made that choice because something was too harsh to you, and perhaps something within you was going, I can't take this anymore. I can't take the responsibility, or I can't take how I'm being treated. And you've had to surrender yourself to the shifts and changes. The full moon is often about releasing things that no longer serve you. We do special, what's the word? Kind of, oh, do you know, today I've been losing my words all day. We do special, like, little practices. You'll know what it is. Feel free to stick it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Um, so that you can honour the full moon, and it takes out energy from crystals to clear them of negativity. It removes things that we need to release that aren't serving us anymore. So then in the new moon phase, we bring new things in, wishes and desires and such. But what's interesting is this says surrender to the divine, and this is showing divine intelligence. So know that this has happened because at a deeper soul level, it was required to bring you more happiness, to maybe bring more people into your life rather than having to focus on material elements somehow, or bringing the right people into your life rather than trying to impress through what you've got. Maybe it's to do with that for some of you as well. But the synchronicity element is here. So it's all happened at the right time. Let me get some more cards back. So what is Jupiter bringing in for pile 2, please, Spirit? What is this abundant energy shifting and changing and doing for pile 2? Yeah, death and rebirth. I felt the cause and effect. How interesting. So it's helping you to release what no longer serves you, helping you to step into what is more in keeping with your soul self, what's going to bring you more happiness, what's going to make you feel less pressured is what I want to say. Less pressured, less tense, less stressed. It's going to bring in a time or people where you can be more yourself, where you can play more, where you can be in more alignment with yourself somehow, where the blessings of Jupiter come in the form of genuine inner joy. Do feel free to write in the comments. I'm very curious what's happened here because of the dynamics of the cause and effect, death and rebirth. There's such extreme balance of having lots and then being in lack at the same time, or losing money. You know, I think you'll know what this is all about, Foxglove friends. What's Jupiter bringing in? How's Jupiter energy affecting? 7 of Swords. So this is to do with either deceit or somebody doing something like in the shadows where they've tricked you or gaslighting you or not being honest. But it can be, and we've got that full moon again here. The full moon is trying to highlight and shine a light on things that don't serve you, and sometimes it's not just about another person being deceitful towards you or tricking you or trying to manipulate you. It can be to do with deceiving yourself and not being honest with yourself. So maybe there's an element here where you need to look quite closely at what has been and gone, and what actually has that done for you. How has life changed for you? How is it changing for you for the better? How is it really suiting what you truly desire at a deeper level? You know, because quite often consciously we go, I want this and I want that and I want to have um, all these things, but sometimes all these things come with such a lot of caveats that they make us unhappy. So has life shifted and changed through the death and rebirth to give us what we actually want, or is it starting to highlight who is no longer relevant or good for you in your life, Foxglove friend? It's like these big shiny moons are shining on the truth of things, and you can't deny it any longer. And this part of what Jupiter is bringing in, an abundance of truth, an abundance of wealth of knowledge, of enabling you to step into a time when you can appreciate more about life. Four of Cups, yeah, you might feel a bit fed up. I feel like you're missing the silver lining, Foxglove friend, of what's going on for you. Like you might be a bit bored because you're not looking at this generous gift of love that is being offered to you by spirit. You're not looking at all this beautiful colour, at all these opportunities, at all these blessings. You're just going, oh, I haven't got what I wanted to have. I haven't got what I thought I would. I haven't got maybe all the money that I thought I'd have. I haven't got all the stuff that I thought I'd have. And you sort of emotionally fed up about it when actually you've got such a gift. You've got the gift of love in your life. You've got the gift of colour in your life. You've got the gift of opportunity. Life doesn't just stop here, Foxglove friend. It doesn't just stop here. It's bringing in we've got the new rebirth coming into play. A new version of life, a different kind of life coming into play that isn't so focused on the material stuff, but you have to step out of the gloom and start to appreciate what you do have. What is coming in? What is coming in with the Jupiter energy? The Jupiter energy is changing the way you see abundance. It's changing your focus, and I think you may be taking a bit of time to adjust to that. Look at that amazing universe card. How lovely. I'm going to have a quick look in the book to see exactly what that says for you. If I can find it. There it is. Your great mission is not limited to Lady Gaia, as in to the earth, our earth, and its inhabitants. So your great mission is not limited to earth and its inhabitants. Beings in many worlds are in need of the light cast by you and your dragon, in need of your love and strength. We live in a wonderful time, a time of change, and it should be a time of transformation for you too, a transmutation that brings ever greater deeds. Have no doubts either about yourself or your dragon. Doubts are sown by the shadows in our heart, which is very much the Four of Cups. In order to gain power over us, doubt can kill your dragon, removing it from your life entirely, as if it had never been there. Do not let this happen. Believe in the deep and ancient connection between your hearts. Fly with your dragon out into the endless void and protect every world in every dimension from the shadows and their power. One thing is certain, just as love ruled at the beginning, so it shall rule at the end. Because we know deep in our hearts that love cannot be conquered. For as long as there are dragons and dragon riders, there will be hope and courage. Grow beyond yourself and have faith. Fly with your dragon to other planets to learn and help there. Fly to the planet Sirius, where there is a university for spiritual beings. You will find a good teacher there, and your dragon will help you. go out and achieve great things. So don't feel forlorn, is what I want to say, Foxglove friend, about what you think you have, about what you think you don't have, about, people who've deceived you or tricked you or not behaved in the right way. Stop focusing on those things and turn to focus on the potential that you have in this world, the potential that you have in this heart, in your heart, rather than, it's like you need to surpass the mundane of the 3D. Not that 3D is so mundane, but there's more, there's magic out there in life. There's wonderful things to see, there's wonderful things to feel. Every moment is an experience to be appreciated, and I feel like you need to live in that element of grace where you just stand in the moment and maybe take in nature around you or the things around you, or just appreciate what the people are doing around you, even if they're doing bonkers things, because it's part of the joy of being alive. Let me get you some. I want to get you an advice card. Jupiter is bringing in the energy of how to appreciate abundance in all ways in life, not just the 3D ones. Believe in the impossible. Bring the magic back into your life, Foxglove friend. Believe in the impossible. Once in a blue moon is what that is saying. You're very close to achieving your goal. Look, all these full moons, it's funny because in the last reading it was all eclipses where you couldn't see the moon at all. But I think if you just allow yourself to see the truth in life, allow the light to shine on you, you can let go of things that have happened in the past, of issues from the past, of things that are maybe holding you back because of things that have happened in childhood, because your life is changing, the people in your life are changing. Embrace it and support it and feel love in your heart for those new things and let go of the pains of the past. Let me get you a final card. Appreciate the abundance in new ways and all the gifts. Even now you can look up and see the planets in the sky. It's mesmerizing that you can see Mars right there. It's kind of, for me, it was almost like messes your mind up that those planets are right there and you can see them. And it's the magnificence of it, is humongous. It's time to open your mind and your heart beyond the trivialities of day-to-day stuff, is what I want to say. Let me get a final card for you, Foxglove friend. Third house, communication. This is very beautiful. I want to say with this, be careful how you communicate. Communicate with passion. There's two beautiful birds coming together and, trying to communicate with each other and trying to understand each other. Allow the communication to come from your heart, Foxglove friend. Allow yourself to communicate your truth in love. It says, if your chart were a village map, the third house would represent your local neighbourhood, primary school and corner pub. It symbolises how you learn, communicate and move around your familiar world based on your sibling-like relationships and the people in your local environment. Check the lines of your communication and your thinking. First, repair any actual technical glitches, loose wires, computer or phone problems. Then take this metaphor a step further and look at how your messages are sent and received. Make sure you understand what was intended in a letter or email you received. Ask other people what they heard you say in an exchange. When in doubt, ask for more information and repair any miscommunication. Then take this metaphor in-house and look within. Notice the quality of your thinking. Repair glitches. Stretch your mental muscles and improve the quality of your communications. So you may need to learn new ways to express yourself to others so that they hear your true intentions. Think about how you learned to communicate growing up through your relationships with siblings or sibling-like friends, your early school experiences. Investigate how those early relationships formed mental habits that affect the present moment. You may need to get out of your head and get a fresh perspective. Chatter is not the same as communication. Sibling or sibling-like rivalry can challenge you to grow in small doses, but don't let it distract you. Stay on target. So that's interesting that quite a bit's about siblings, but I think that can be to do with friendships as well and what's going on. So, Foxglove friends, I hope that helped you. If you liked it, please do like and subscribe, because I would love to see you again in the future. Take care and thank you for watching. Bye bye. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to today's reading. You have picked the absolutely beautiful card of Venus, beloved. Now then, so I think most people know that the Venus planet is very much about romance, very much about the heart, very much about bringing beauty into life and appreciating the arts and creativity and the joy of seeing something beautiful, of being something beautiful, of smelling something lovely. You know, the flowers and how it opens your heart space. So these have been, and it can also be very much to do with the feminine elements of life, to do with softening and charm and opening your heart. These readings have been very interesting. They're very, very different to normal. So I'm curious again to see what this reading is going to bring through. The energy's been quite different, but it's maybe because I'm dealing with the planets more. So, Spirit, what is the energy of Venus bringing in for pile 3? Spirit, what is the energy of Venus bringing in for pile 3? I like the feeling of this card. There's such a sweetness to it, and it makes you feel all, I don't know, you can't describe it, can you, when you feel beauty and romance and that sweetness in your being. Even the little, I think they're a type of bee. They look a bit waspy to me, but I think they're coming round. Ooh, look, Page of Cups. Pigs might fly, Foxglove friend. Ideas and feeling high as a kite because your feet are off the ground. You know, living on cloud 9. There's even the little heart thing like that there, if you can see that. I'll show you, look. See how they're doing the little heart thing there with the hands? Letting loose on love is what I want to say. Having all sorts of ideas that come from the heart. Living in that blessed place of life and love and aliveness. The Ten of Swords, interesting, because that can be either to do with people saying things that are negative. It can be to do with like slander, somebody saying something hurtful. Maybe you're in this, perhaps it's in a relationship, somebody said something that's unkind, that's made you feel upset and made you turn away from them emotionally, or you might just be worrying that somebody would judge you badly and say something. quite often, if we're living openly with our heart open or our heart on our sleeves, we can be more sensitive to what people say because we're kind of feeling more vulnerable. Let's see what else we've got. What's going on? What's this energy bringing in for pile 3, please? 9 of Wands. Let's have a look what else we've got. Parenting and children, interesting. Oh, I want another one of these. Trust your intuition. Oops. The Keeper of the Scales. Let's make sure I'm all in alignment. Which I want one of these. Interesting indeed. Surrender to the divine. Okie dokie. So there's a lot of love here to start off with, and love is shining itself on your life or the relationships in your life. Now, there may be something to do with a child who you care about, who's maybe going through a difficult time. Maybe somebody's not been very nice to them, but they keep being determined to carry on with something. And it's important that you trust your intuition, because the things will turn out fairly in the end, and you have to trust that the divine will take care of this situation. Or it could be to do with that you're full of ideas and the first springs of love, you know, that whole new love element when you're first falling in love and you feel like nothing can go wrong, and then maybe something's been said or done that is making you feel upset or hurt, but you're determined to continue with this situation. The parenting and the children bit is interesting, because it might be that you're wanting to have children with this person, or that you've got children with this person, and you're having to trust your intuition and try to bring fairness and balance into the relationship. I want to get some more cards. Can I have some more cards about what is coming in? How Venus is bringing energy in for pile 3, please. I feel like Venus is showing you the different facets of love and how it can impact. Well, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which can be to do with working hard. So perhaps somebody has started a new job, or is spending a lot of time at their job, or studying a lot. To try and build a happy, sustainable life, because the King of Pentacles is very much about steadfastly working towards something, to build a stable home environment, to build a steady income. This is very, you know what, every single one of these readings has been quite unusual. Foxglove friend, not very conventional. Sometimes they read so straightforward. Discernment, clear vision, details. They're almost the same person in those 2 cards. Somebody who is, you know, this could be the male element, but somebody who's focusing on books and studying, and both of these are in libraries, look, where they've studied hard, or there's a whole element of working here, trying to work a lot. Now, And this Nine of Wands is about not giving up, keeping going in the face of adversity. So maybe part of this is if you've started on a new venture, a new idea, something that you thought was going to be miraculous and you were going to absolutely love, and it's turned out to be a bit of a doozy, whether that's a person or a situation, but you're determined to keep going. Maybe you're either a parent supporting a child in this situation, or your parent is supporting you in this situation. And it's important to trust your intuition as you go through this. Is it right for you or not? And to weigh it up. Is it giving you what you want? Is it going to give you what you want? Sometimes you have to deal with the doozies so that you get what you want in the end. Sometimes you have to go through the hardships and the nonsense and people saying silly things or making you feel hurt and stuff, to actually get what you want. But other times it's like, well, is it too much? Is it too much to take to achieve what you want to? And I almost feel like this is to do with work. Maybe it is a new job that's been hard, or maybe it's been impacted upon by something, some sort of work that you're doing that you think is going to bring you financial benefit in the future. And the discernment element is there, to be discerning about difficult things that have been said to you or done to you that might have squashed the joy of this situation. And I feel like part of what Venus is bringing in is that you have got the love, either maybe of parents or that you are loving as a parent, to, even if it's a grown-up person, sometimes we have adult children in our lives who we support, or perhaps there's somebody who's a bit older than you, or not even older, but just acts a bit like that loving parent element. It doesn't have to be biological, who is helping to support you, or you're helping to support them. Excuse me. It's maybe not quite been as joyful as you were expecting it to be, and you're having to consider whether this is right. But for now, the energy that's coming in is to keep applying yourself with love steadfastly to the work that you have chosen to do, whether it's creative, whether it's study, whether it's a new job, something like that. To be discerning about behaviours or how other people are treating you, and to surrender to the divine. It will show you whether this is right for you or not, along the way. Let me get you some more advice. What cards do we want for advice? And it's all sort of the realities of love is what I feel. So the realities of love step into every single part of our lives, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something that we were doing that we thought we'd love. It's this balancing act of going, is this gonna bring us what is good for us? Is it gonna give us what we want in the long term? Can we balance this out to go, well, that bit sucks and that bit's really great, so I can stick with it? Or is it out of balance? Does it become out of balance to the point where it's unfair and it's unsustainable? It's that is a lot of what real love is about. How balanced is it? How much do you enjoy it? How much joy is it bringing to your heart? How much is it hurting you? How much do you want to stick it out? And I feel like Venus is shining that light on you and your life. Meditate and contemplate. Don't make any quick decisions. Sleep on it. Allow yourself to consider and to go into the stillness of who you are. We've got the Pisces, which is almost a bit balanced as well, because we have those two fish, but it's all about depth. Still waters run deep. Maybe you can't see everything that's currently going on at the minute. Maybe you can't see how things are going to turn out during these situations. I'd just like to apologise for the lights on here. I am doing this at night time, so I've tried my best to get a light setting that doesn't shine on here, but it's not quite worked, so apologies for that. Let's get some more advice for you, Foxglove friend. A new start is coming. That's interesting, because again we've got both types of, we've got this same sort of moon here, like a very, very new moon. So perhaps you'll start, like this one here was the beginning of new love, like whether it's the beginning of new love in a relationship or a job or a project or whatever. A new start is coming, and the divine is going to support you in that, whether it's that you continue in this, or whether you sort of change your mind, or once you've weighed it all up. It's very much about taking your time to weigh up what this is going to give you, what this situation is going to give you. Is it going to work out in a way that's positive for you? And to dig deep within your heart to feel whether this is the right way forward for you, whether you want to keep going with this situation. Let's get a dragon card. We haven't got one. Spirit, what does dragon energy want to say, please? What does dragon energy want to say? Courage, yeah, okay. So it's going to take some courage to keep sticking. 9 of Wands, to keep persevering with this situation, or to leave this situation. So it's going to take a lot of courage to decide what is right for you, and you need to take time and not rush yourself. You don't need to make any decisions right now, whatever it's about, but the courage will come to you, and you'll need to dig deep for the courage to either continue or to leave this situation. Either way, I feel like you're going to need to dig deep to have courage. But it's important that you don't rush yourself, because you'll be led in the right direction. Things will be revealed to you even more, so that you may be sticking to this new path, to this new way of being, to this new life. You may be willing to be discerning, to consider that the things that are difficult aren't so difficult that you can't overcome them with courage. It's kind of that sort of feeling. I feel like I need to get you more cards, but I'm going to get you a few more cards. What's the potential outcome for Pile 3, please? Feeling safe. Okay. I'm going to read this one. Where's it gone? Let's have a look what the book says, just so I can... Any feelings of danger or vulnerability are healing, and they're replaced with the certain knowledge that you are safe and protected right now. Have you felt frightened or insecure lately? If so, this card is a signal that heaven is aware of your feelings and has come to your aid. You are surrounded by heavenly beings who love and protect you on an ongoing basis. The fairies remind you that thoughts of danger are triggering your feelings of vulnerability. In your mind, you have given power to some outside entity. You believe that this idol that you have created has the power to hurt you. Yet the only power it has is that which you have attributed to it. Sorry, I hope you understand what that means. Things that are scary are only scary if you give them power, Foxglove friends. The fairies urge you to awaken from this mistaken concept. See that you have the power to create a happy and secure dream and make the decision to feel safe. And this is where courage comes in, to stand up in the face of adversity so that you can allow yourself to live back in that energy of love. And I think part of this is Venus is helping you to understand how to go through this process of fear, uncertainty, a difficulty, and people saying things that aren't so nice or doing things that aren't so nice, so that you can find the energy of love again without just being all about work, so that when you are working, you can be who you are, still centered on the inside, and you can still flourish as a soul within the working environment, is what I want to say, Foxglove friends. I'm going to get you another card. Spirit, can I have another card for pile 3, please? Saturn structure. So, Saturn rules that which must build over time. Bones, teeth, personal authority, maturity, discipline, traditions, and organisation. Saturn, like Jupiter, is a huge giant, gas giant. With its rings of ice and rock, it represents the boundary of the visible solar system. So it says this is about stepping into your next level of maturity, which is interesting because the Page of Cups can be quite immature in its kind of view of the world. It can innocently go out there and then be shocked that things aren't as dreamy and delightful as they think they are. Think of Saturn as a martial arts master who pushes you to grow through workouts, discipline, and tests that allow you to prove what you know both to yourself and others. Look for a mentor or choose to mentor another. Honour the teacher, but don't give your power away. And I think a lot of this reading is about that, is about understanding how to own your own power within maybe an institution in which you need to bring in finances, or that has some sort of financial implication. It's about knowing how to honour who you are within that, but kind of developing to a level of maturity to recognise that there's so many different people in the world, and when we're pushed into these different environments or institutions where there's lots of other people, it can be quite hard to navigate, especially if it's varied from what you're used to. Quite often people will project their own fears, their own silliness, their own ego issues onto us. We don't have to absorb that and take that on as truth. We can just recognise that and observe rather than absorbing, knowing that other people are just living the best versions that they can in their own lives, even if it's not the versions of life that we'd like to be in. And that is part of maturity and a part of developing emotional maturity, recognising that the presenting problem quite often isn't the problem. So what people try to push on you emotionally or mentally, or the things they say that are not so kind and can be hurtful, sometimes they don't even realise they've done it. They don't even realise that they are hurting you, and sometimes they'd probably be quite upset to realise that they have hurt you. It's about not taking on what other people say, not giving your power away, not stepping into a victim mode, but knowing that you are enough, you are everything you need to be to live in a compassionate, collaborative and compromising sort of way that's healthy for you still, but allows you to fit in. So it's like this whole there's a saying, no man is an island. You know, how we integrate with others, how we fit in and adjust. And certainly if we're in the process of making money, quite often we need to squash a little bit of our creative flair in order to do the role while still trying to maintain a little bit of our soul. It says in the book, if you feel like someone is abusing their authority or undermining yours, set firm boundaries and hold them accountable. Study, cope, grow up, is what it says. Look pragmatically to the skeleton and teeth either of your own body or in the metaphorical structure of your project. Can this endeavour stand up and take a bite out of life? Make sure your foundations are strong, the organisational structures are in place, and build out from there. As you gain strength in mind, muscle and bone, you can become stiff, so remember to stretch your body and soul. Be careful not to cling to old conceptions of success, and just allow yourself to be flexible. Okie dokie, Foxglove friend, feel free to write comments on the bottom of this video. I do hope that helped. I wish you lots and lots of luck, and if you like this, please do like and subscribe so that I can see you again in other videos. Take care, best wishes, bye bye.